It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got Pat Surtain. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Broncos and the Packers. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Leading them out, the 5th-year Auburn alum got his first career starts last season. Here's Jarrett Stidham.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now the 3rd-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. The Broncos at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Hey, look at this Packers defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Got his man, it's Dulcich. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And getting this just shy in midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
2nd and 5.
Again, it's Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They go bootleg. Love.
That's caught by the rookie, Jayden Reed.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
To throw now. Here's Love. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Doubs.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
You look at this Packers defense.
Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
first down, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Forced out to his left. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
14. 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Mike Burton. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. So they go play action. 3 tight ends out there in the heavy set.
Well, they showed everything that suggested running play. Just what you mentioned, 3 tight ends, heavy formation, able to go play action off of it because if you're a defender, you're thinking it's a running play with that much beef on the field.
But they passed it, and they got 6 out of it. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend. So potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already.
Love going to give this one to Jones to about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Love, short throw. He's got Kraft.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Love.
And a quick throw there is incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Bullett's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Rolling to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Wilson on the move to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So roughing the passer there on 2nd and goal. They'll get half the distance and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one in. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Williams. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on 1st down. Now they take a sack on 2nd down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator, because right now the defense has the advantage.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Got Dobbs over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Love. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, let's see. The Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Throw caught by Musgrave.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chargers who are out in front. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Kenny Pickett with a couple of touchdown tosses. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Devontae Adams, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. In the first half, the Broncos got some strong play from their veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stopped, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Come on, set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Here we go. Ready?
Love now to pass on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On play action, Love to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Play action. Now Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down and a yard.
Again, it's Williams. Running right through it.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Now it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Screen play set up for Williams.
A good move. And they get it inside the 10 at the 8. They're going back to the line now. Wilson. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Javonte Williams, his first rushing touchdown on the year.
And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with the touchdown run.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up.
There he goes, right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Now Love.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Love now. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd is worth through. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Check pink. Ready.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
at their own 44. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
They go play action with Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are right back in this football game. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing. Love. Short throw to Musgrave. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw now, here's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Love.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Quick slant to Watson.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 3rd and 2, Love with it.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Now Love, he's got this complete to Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Let's go.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Ready.
On the delay, Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first run.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. He sets up the screen to Jones. Oh, what a move. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Love.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Smith red. Check white.
Now the 4th-year man from BC, it's A.J. Dillon.
Pushes past him. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Love looking to throw it. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll go with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's hauled in by Musgrave for the Packer touchdown.
A 1-yard touchdown pass.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They run it again with Williams.
And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.